next speaker up is not just one, it's actually two speakers. And that was good because it gave us a little bit more time, Jenny. So now we'll enter the area of Hong Kong and Singapore. And that's also really, really exciting areas. And I will welcome up here Joakim Karlsson, CEO Envac, and Anita Jonsson, International Business Developer, Business Sweden. Yeah. I will arrange the slides for you. It's a lot of... There we go.
Thank you very much for your introduction, and we are very happy to be here and to meet with all of you and talk about smart cities and our experiences about smart cities. And I work for Business Sweden, and our task is to help Swedish companies to grow internationally. And how can we do that? We have our own trade offices in more than 50 countries, and we can easily support Swedish companies in their internationalization. We also have the task to promote investments into Sweden, and we can see they play a very important role as well. So my name is Anita Jonsson. I have been working in Asia for many years and also in Mexico. So with me is the company Envac that I had the pleasure to work together with several times. So please.
Okay. Good afternoon. Envac. Can you imagine a city without waste trucks? That's what we are doing at Envac, smart waste collection. And we deliver fully automated underground waste collection system for residential areas, for city centers, for hospitals, and for airports. So today we have about 800 installations around the world and about 4 million daily users. We are a Swedish company owned by Stena, and we have 36 offices in 22 countries. And I will be a sidekick to Anita today.
So it's very nice to have you here, and we can also have a company. So here we have the Stockholm Royal Seaport. It's developing very fast in northeast of Stockholm with enormous digitalization and energy efficiency. And here we have Hammarby Sjöstad. I know that some of you visited Hammarby Sjöstad today. It was created more than 10 years ago and is the whole time upgrading. And why do I show this? Because these two showcases, these two places get a lot of attention internationally. And that's...
Add something to that picture.
To Hammarby Sjöstad?
Yeah.
Yeah, you want that.
Okay, thanks. Down to the left, to the right, you can see the inlets for an Envac system. And I asked what Anita is saying, to having a model like this to show the whole smart city concept is very important. For us, this is an extremely important reference. And we have over 40 international high-level delegation each year to show this.
Yeah, it's right. And when I have received some Chinese delegation, they even say they want to buy the place. But it's not that easy. Because why do we have developed so well these smart cities? It is because of very close collaboration. It's the public sector, the private sector, together with academia. That made it possible all the time to develop new technologies. And in the front line here is the city of Stockholm and the Royal Institute of Technology that are working intensively together with all these companies in developing new technologies. So then, why do we go to Hong Kong and Singapore? Firstly, we have a lot of companies working there, and they are very interested to have a new marketing to be able to market under the umbrella of smart cities. And the areas, 4 areas we focus on is energy environment, utility and green buildings, transportation and logistics, life science, safety and security are the 4 areas of high priority. So these are the 3 pillars that we work with. It is input on policy. It is a dialogue the whole time with the government officials to find out about projects coming up. It's also about promoting Swedish companies in roundtable discussions, in delegations, and to raise the awareness of the Swedish brand. And we can also see some pilot projects in biogas in Hong Kong and smart ICT with Ericsson in Hong Kong and Envac, of course, also with a lot of examples. You want to mention something? Okay. So we don't only arrange big events, we also arrange a tailor-made program for Swedish companies. And that is very important because we focus a lot on the SME and to help them, to give them the right contacts. And we have several cases that has been very successful in entering the market. And Hong Kong is also developing smart city in an area quite big. This is the previous airport area that they are now rebuilding, which offers a lot of opportunities. And what is it? It is smart economy, mobility, environment, people, governance. And I know you want to highlight something here.
Yeah. We have been involved in this project here, and Business Sweden has helped us arrange this roundtable meeting with high-level people. That is very important for us to meet all the stakeholders and also the key decision makers. And I will show you another example from Hong Kong where we, Envac, are involved. That's the Hong Kong Science Park. That's a government project, more like a campus-like environment for business, mainly high-tech company. We have delivered the underground waste collection system for the whole area. It's about 20 of these buildings, and we also have our office here. But our experience in the Hong Kong market, I took these slides. Perhaps someone of you wonder how this fantastic system works, so I will give you 30 seconds on that. It consists of 3 parts. So it's an inlet part that you can locate outside or inside the house. You connect all these portals with one pipe system, ending up in a collection station. So the only thing the users see is a nice and clean portal where they leave their waste and recyclables. Then it will be transported by air to the right container in the collection station. So no trucks, safe, neat and clean. Our experience is to have showcase. That's important also in the combination with other smart technology and for a theme, in this case, smart living. And here you can see an inlet for food waste. We are in a digital era, and both in Hong Kong and Singapore, it's very important to show that you are a high-tech company. And here we collect data that we can use for feedback. So we also have this data studio to show that.
Yeah, that's a very good example of implementation. And Singapore, they have very high ambitions. They don't call smart cities. They always want to do things in their own way. So they call it smart nation, and to stick out a bit. And the government is doing a lot of investments. And as you all know, Singapore is very advanced, the same as Hong Kong. So they have a 10-year roadmap and to develop healthcare, transport, energy, and safety and security. And the Singapore government is really very committed to this. And they have several pilot projects going on all over Singapore, where it's possible to be part of.
Wow, waste handling again. This is one picture from one of the collection stations in Singapore. So here you can see the containers and also the device, sorry. But I will show you also some experience. We have been in Singapore for about 20 years. We have lobbying a lot to the government, and HDB, that is the Housing Development Board, has now taken a decision to update and modernize old housing estates to smart concepts. So they have LED lighting, solar panels, recycle, rainwater, for example, but they are very intelligent, so they have also designed in what they call RCS, Automated Refuse Collection System. So now we are involved in a lot of these projects. And as I said, they would like to have a lot of intelligence in everything. So here is one of our inlet, Envac inlet. Each user have a user access card, so we can identify the user and also measure, weighing the waste and recyclables and give feedbacks to encourage to be better, for example, in recycling or for pay-as-you-throw. And it's very important to have feedback directly. So here you can see an outdoor inlet, and the users have feedback about the weight, etc. directly. I will also mention that we, in both these markets, can see a business opportunity also in the hospital segment.
Yeah, thank you very much. So we go on, and this is what we can achieve by having smart city platforms. We have branding opportunities, access to important key stakeholders, tender opportunities, and a lot of connections. So now I think we have time, I move to Business Sweden, how we can help Swedish companies. And we can help to, of course, as we have our offices around the world, we can easily get information. We can also help the companies to do steps to export, which is to develop a business plan, and a lot of trade facilitation about taxes and regulations. So all this is free of charge. We can help the companies really to reach out to the right market. We can choose a strategy, establish presence, and grow the business. So we also have subsidy for small SME companies to grow in the markets where they choose or select. And companies can also take part in this delegation, as we talked about. And as the time is very short, I was asked also to mention something about business culture. So it's very much, when going to meetings in Asia, to have your business card, to have the right title, and to be extremely polite and respectful, and to hand over the business card with 2 hands. Meetings always start on time, despite the traffic, we'll always start. It is about building strong relationships. Also important is the boss will take the decision. So it's important to have the meeting to make sure we can meet the boss so we can have the right. And we have to respond quickly for inquiries. And the competition is very stiff. And we have to listen carefully, because a yes can mean a no. And that can create a lot of confusion. So we have to ask several times to make sure that the yes is not a no. It's the most common. And dress code is suit and a dress. Very important, as Joakim is dressed. So, thank you very much, and thank you, Joakim, to join me and present real cases from the market.
Thank you.
Yeah.